Welcome to Wrigley Field for Tuesday Night Baseball on the ULTRASPORT Network. Tonight, it's an NL Central matchup as the Milwaukee Brewers take on the Chicago Cubs. Shota Imanaga starts on the mound here this evening for the Cubs. 29 starts last year with a 15-3 record and 173.1 innings pitched, a 2.91 ERA with 174 strikeouts. And we get set for the action between these two divisional rivals. It'll be Jackson Chourio leading off for Milwaukee. 21 home runs last season. As we get going at Wrigley Field. First pitch, he will connect and send towards right field, and this will be an easy out. Catch is made, and just like that, we've got one out. So let's take a look at the lineup for the Brewers. Christian Yelich is up now, the designated hitter, to be followed by William Contreras, the catcher, Garrett Mitchell, the center fielder, and the left fielder, Sal Frelick. Bryce Terang, the second baseman, rounds out the batting order for Milwaukee. As Yelich steps up to the plate. First pitch in the strike zone. And now the 0-1. Sends it in foul territory along third base for strike 2. And Imanaga now looking for his first strikeout of the night. Swing and a miss! And there you have it. Imanaga gets the strikeout as Yelich is dismissed. And that'll bring up the catcher, William Contreras. .281 batting average for Contreras last season. Is this going to get down? I believe it has, just before the foul line. And Happ will eventually pick it up, but not before a double by Contreras. So now Milwaukee getting some offense in an inning that has gone somewhat against them so far. As we take a look at the replay here, and you can see it did just bounce. Here's the in-depth look. It hits the ground just before the foul line. Ball is fair. Runner on second for Milwaukee. Garrett Mitchell, the cleanup hitter, now at the plate. He'll foul off the first pitch for strike 1. At a .255 batting average last season, the center fielder. And for those who are unfamiliar, ULTRASPORT rules mean that we will only be playing 3 innings this evening. May not be what you're used to, but it is the way things are run on this network. We thank you for your understanding, as Tyson Miller and Porter Hodge, both right-handed pitchers, are currently in the bullpen. And this will go low. Interesting stance there from Imanaga. The 2-1 with Contreras on second will go inside for ball 3. Sal Frelick on deck at the moment for the Brewers as they look to make some headway in this inning. That goes in the strike zone, so it'll be a full count for Mitchell. And Imanaga hoping to put the inning away. Up it goes, and the roar of the crowd, they already know. Out number 3. We go to the bottom of the first here at Wrigley Field between the Brewers and the Cubs. Freddy Peralta starts on the mound here this evening for Milwaukee. 32 starts in 2024 with an 11-9 record, 173.2 innings pitched, a 3.68 ERA. Left fielder Ian Happ at the plate to start off the bottom of the first. He's 2 for 26 against Freddy Peralta all time. Of course, the That's not surprising, as the Cubs and the Brewers play each other multiple times throughout a single season. This border battle, you may call it, rivalry between two neighboring states, two members of the NL Central. Here's the 3-0. That will be ball 4. Not a good start to the night here for Freddy Peralta, as Kyle Tucker steps up to the plate. First pitch is outside. 23 home runs and 49 RBIs for the right fielder last season. Kyle Tucker had a .289 batting average. Peralta has thrown all balls so far in these first 5 pitches. He'll get that one inside the strike zone as Tucker swings and misses. Sun going down this evening in Chicago. Beautiful night for baseball at Wrigley Field, one of the most iconic baseball venues in the world. Our host tonight for Tuesday Night Baseball, as we bring Major League Baseball back to the airwaves of ULTRASPORT after what was a bit of an unannounced hiatus. And we will be bringing you coverage of this league on Tuesdays and Fridays. The 1-2 to Tucker. Goes inside. 81 mile per hour slider there from Peralta. I have no idea what they're chanting. This will go towards center field, trending right. Catch will be made, and now it's going to be scrambled in the direction of second. Runner stays on first, as we will take a look at Chicago's starting lineup. Seiya Suzuki, the designated hitter, is up now. He'll be followed by the first baseman, Michael Busch, and the shortstop, Dansby Swanson. Miguel Amaya, the catcher, rounds out the batting order here for the home team tonight. Seiya Suzuki had 21 home runs and 73 RBIs last season with a .283 batting average. Peralta with the first pitch here, which will go inside the strike zone. Suzuki is 2 for 14 against Peralta all time. Peralta, oh.
He beat it.
That one looked a bit close, to be quite honest, but he did make it. Seemed as though he took off a little bit late.
Ball.
Interesting stance here from Peralta.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That's going to be ball 1. The experiment does not pay off for the pitcher. He's going to do it again, however, and this time Suzuki will swing and miss.
1-2.
Count is 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Peralta managing to get his first strikeout of the night. As we take a look at this again, thanks to Google Cloud and StatCast. Pitch break 5 inches, circle change, 1,827 revolutions per minute, as Suzuki goes down swinging for out number 2. Cleanup batter Michael Busch now at the plate. 1 on, 2 out here for Chicago. Cubs perhaps looking to score here in the bottom of the first, as Busch had 21 home runs and 65 RBIs last season with a .248 batting average.
Ball.
That is going to be just outside the strike zone. Umpire makes the right call. Going a bit high, but stays inside. It's 1-2. Oh, this is going to be a chance. Wild pitch, but there will be no stealing attempt from Chicago. Catcher was ready, but did not have to throw, as Busch sends this foul off the 2-2. Well, that was, as you can see, in the strike zone. And Milwaukee fans may protest that, but it's called a ball by the umpire. And with the full count, he will swing and miss nonetheless. And that takes us to the top of the second, still scoreless between Milwaukee and Chicago. Back here at Wrigley Field with Sal Frelick at the plate for the away team. 0-0 here between Milwaukee and Chicago as we get underway in the top of the second inning. Glad to have you with us here tonight for Tuesday Night Baseball on ULTRASPORT. MLB has officially returned to the airwaves of this network, and we thank you for being patient. The 1-1 to Frelick. He will connect and send it foul. One, two.
Ball.
That goes high. Two-two pitch now, and that one went a bit low. He managed to connect. Goes along the ground in foul territory. Still 2-2.
Full count.
That's outside for ball three. Rhys Hoskins on deck for Milwaukee as Frelick faces down a full count. Checks his swing, it was low, and it is called a ball. And to the boos of Wrigley, Frelick will take first base. And is this maybe going to be it for Imanaga? Looks like it is. Cubs make a pitching change here in the second inning. The starter is off to be replaced by Tyson Miller. 58 games in 2024 with a 5-1 record, 15 holds and 62 innings pitched with a 2.32 ERA and a 23% strikeout rate. So here we go as Rhys Hoskins steps up to the plate. That will go outside. Start off this at-bat. 26 home runs and 82 RBIs in 2024 for Rhys Hoskins. Finished the year with a .214 batting average, and this will be a pickoff attempt, but he is safe. No successful pickoff attempts tonight so far as this goes into the upper corner of the strike zone. Connects on the 1-1, that'll go into foul territory. And a chance for Miller to start off his time on the mound with a strikeout. Oh.
2-2.
That's certainly deviated from the target. And the 2-2 pitch coming now. It goes the same way again. Oliver Dunn on deck for Milwaukee. None out, one on. Potentially two here for Milwaukee. Hoskins sends this foul. Keeps the at-bat alive. Connects here. And once again, foul territory. Came down in the stands behind home plate. 3-2 once more. Connects here. Back it will go, but I think it's going to be caught just before the warning track. He moves in to make the catch, and it's one out, one on for the Brewers. Crow Armstrong with the catch there. Oliver Dunn, the third baseman, now at the plate. 1 home run and 7 RBIs last season with a .221 batting average.
Runner.
And now there's going to be a stealing attempt. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Clear as day. Frelick is able to get to second. As we take a look at this again. Maximum speed for Frelick was 20.9 miles per hour. Catcher threw it at 87.7 miles per hour, but Frelick is still able to get the best of him and move now to second. However, this will be strike two, and that has rejuvenated the Wrigley Field crowd as Miller hopes for a straight strikeout. The 0-2. Connects here. Frelick is going to take second once again, and this is thrown to first. Out number 2. Joseph Ortiz had 11 home runs and 60 RBIs last season. He is the shortstop for Milwaukee. Finished 2024 with a .239 batting average.
Ball.
And this will go outside and a bit low as well. Ball 1. Connects here, and that is going to be, presumably, out number 3. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless between Milwaukee and Chicago in this NL Central matchup here on Tuesday Night Baseball.
Leading off for the Cubs, the shortstop,
Shortstop Dansby Swanson now at the plate for Chicago. He had 16 home runs and 66 RBIs
Ball.
last season with a .242 batting average. He's 0 for 14 against Freddy Peralta, so there could be a chance to make some history tonight. However, Contreras is going to put a stop to that, and now it's 0 for 15. Easy out in the start of the bottom of the second. Nico Horner now at the plate. Second baseman with a .273 batting average last season. We're in the bottom of the second. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, ULTRASPORT rules mean that we only play 3 innings. That's how I think it has always been. And just a heads up here. So we will go to extras if need be. And right now it may be looking that way. By the way, Earl Hendricks, your home plate umpire this evening. As Nico Horner now has an 0-2 count against him. The pitch. That's going to go foul. .2 once again.
Ball.
That'll go outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Sun setting over Chicago. A beautiful night here tonight at Wrigley. As this will be sent away. It is going to get down. And now Chicago with a runner on first as Wrigley erupts. Let's take a look at this again. He sends it into right field. No one is home. It bounces. And the Cubs now have a runner on first, and it looks like they're going to pull the pitcher. Freddy Peralta is out as the Brewers make a substitution here in the second. Cubs did the same thing. And who will Peralta be replaced by?
Now pitching for Milwaukee.
It will be
47,
Jared Koenig.
Jared
Koenig, sorry. This is why I'm glad we have PA announcers. 55 games in 2024 for the new pitcher with 10 holds and 62 innings pitched, 2.47 ERA. As Pete Crow Armstrong now steps up to the plate. 1 on, 1 out. Here for Chicago. 10 home runs and 47 RBIs last season for Crow Armstrong. .237 batting average in 2024 for the center fielder. The 1-0. Fouled off for strike one. Strike zone. As we take a look at Milwaukee's bullpen, right-handed pitcher Joel Payamps in at the moment. Count is 1-2 for Crow Armstrong here. He will connect, and it's going to bounce in right field once again. Turns around, he's going for third, slides in, and now Chicago with a runner in scoring position. Pete Crow Armstrong gets a single that may change this game as we take a look at the replay. Takes off towards first, his counterpart moves to third, and now John Berti may be coming in to pinch hit here. Here we go. Connects, and it'll go foul. 0-1 as we get this at-bat underway. 2 on, 1 out. Chance now for the Cubs to take the lead. And this may be that chance. Once again, same area, it bounces in right field. Runner to third again, and it's 1-0 Chicago. Berti gets the single, as his predecessor did in the last at-bat. And we take a look at this again as the Cubs have just taken the lead. Look at the celebration as he has helped his team get into the lead. And Miguel Amaya steps up with a runner still on third. Chance here with another base hit for an insurance run to make it 2-0 here against the Brewers, and to make it all that much harder for their rivals to catch up here. The 1-0 connects, and this will be an attempt at a double play. They got it, but it is 1-0 for Chicago thanks to John Berti as we head to the third inning. 1-0 in favor of the Cubs. So now Chicago will bring in the closer as the Cubs look to bring this to its end. Ryan Presley will now be on the mound. 59 games last season. He faces off first against the second baseman Bryce Turang. He's last in the batting order, .254 batting average. Chicago with a 1-0 lead. And the last chance now for the Brewers to get into this game. And they will take that chance. Terang sends it to the Jumbotron. 401 feet. And we are going to have a bottom of the third as Bryce Terang hits a solo home run. Wrigley quiets down, but those in Milwaukee who may be watching this certainly aren't staying quiet. It's 1-1. Brewers tie it up just like that. The man last in the batting order has just made this a tie as the celebration begins in the dugout. Here's a look at the replay presented by Show Motion and StatCast. 401 feet, that home run, with an exit velocity of 105.3 miles per hour. Jackson Chourio, the leadoff, back to the plate. It's 1-1. This game just got a whole new dimension added. And if we do go to extras, ladies and gentlemen, it is our policy to cover them uninterrupted. So the ad that you saw prior to the start of this inning will be the last of the evening, even if this does, by some outside chance, go until midnight. Count is 1-1 for Jackson Chourio. Connects here, and that goes foul for strike 2. Cubs now will be looking to get those 3 outs as quickly as possible. And we had a walk-off in Boston on Friday night when baseball made its return. Could we see the same thing here at another iconic venue? We've gone from Fenway to Wrigley, and we may have walk-offs on both nights. Potentially, that is. As this will be thrown to first. Makes it there in time, out number 1. Christian Yelich is back up, designated hitter, who's 0 for 1 here tonight, struck out earlier. First pitch goes low. 93 mile per hour fastball from Ryan Presley. Connects here, foul territory. 1-1. Well then, this game has been turned on its head. Christian Yelich smashes it 389 feet. And in one moment, just like that, Milwaukee takes the lead. The throw it back chance echoing throughout Wrigley. Presumably someone's caught the ball, but that someone is not a member of the Chicago Cubs defense. This one is gone, and Yelich puts the Brewers in the lead. When they entered this inning, down 1-0. It's now 2-1 in favor of Milwaukee. Let's take a look at this once again. Bang. Let's see where it came down. Into the bleachers. 389 feet. That home run, 97.7 miles per hour, the exit velocity. And that is going to be it for Ryan Presley, the closer to be replaced, which was, of course, not the original intention, but Porter Hodge is in now. We saw him earlier in the bullpen. 39 games under his belt in 2024 with a 3-1 record, 9 holds, and 43 innings pitched with a 1.88 ERA. He's got a 31.7 strikeout rate. And he goes up against William Contreras first, who is 1 for 1 here tonight. Had a double. Catcher for Milwaukee. And the Cubs will look to do what their opponents have done, that is to say, get 2 runs in 1 inning, but we'll see how it works out for them. Milwaukee fans have got to be feeling pretty ecstatic right now after the Brewers have just turned the tables like that.
1-2.
Contreras swings and misses. Count is 1-2 for Milwaukee's current batter. Swing and a miss once again. And that is strike 3. Center fielder Garrett Mitchell is back up. He's 0 for 1 here tonight with a fly out earlier. That one is going to go low for ball 1. High, ball 2.
2-0.
Connects here into left field, and the catch will be made to take us to the bottom of the 3rd. Cubs looking to rescue this one as Milwaukee has just taken the lead. It's 2-1 in favor of the Brewers. Trevor McGill comes in now. 48 games last season with a 1-3 record and 46.1 innings pitched. Ian Happ leads off the bottom of the 3rd as Chicago look to save this one. The odds, however, are going to be against them. We're glad that you've tuned in here this evening for this NL Central matchup between Milwaukee and Chicago. Baseball is officially back on ULTRASPORT as this one is going to be sent deep, but the catch will be made. As I was saying, baseball is officially back on ULTRASPORT, and we will be covering games on Tuesday and Friday nights throughout the rest of the regular season. Well, we might change it when the football season starts, but throughout the rest of the summer. I'm not going to make any announcements for anything too far in the future because you never know what's going to happen. But for now, we've got baseball on Tuesdays and Fridays. My apologies there. Count is 2-0 for Kyle Tucker. Next pitch will be swung on and missed. 98 miles per hour there from Trevor McGill. Connects here, and it's going to go foul. One out already here in the bottom of the 3rd, and 1 strike away from 2 outs. There is that strike, and Chicago down to 1 batter. Seiya Suzuki, the designated hitter, now at the plate, charged with saving the game here tonight for Chicago, as Milwaukee hopes to end it quick. That's going to go low.
1 ball, no
for ball 1.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Inside, ball 2.
2 balls, no strikes.
The 2-0 pitch, Suzuki will connect. Saves himself by sending it foul. 2-1. Connects here. And this is going to go deep into right field, but the catch is made, and it is a win for the Milwaukee Brewers this evening. We thank you for tuning in to Tuesday Night Baseball on ULTRASPORT. We'll see you, baseball fans, on Friday. It's a 2-1 win for the Milwaukee Brewers at Wrigley Field as we say goodbye and good night.